Alright, is everyone's audio included?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yep.
Alright.
Wow.
So we got Chip the Pleb,
Hi.
owner of the Lords, lovely guest. Is this your second or third appearance? Because you were like
I
my
think
first
it's
guest.
my second. I think it's my
first
no, it's my
guest.
third. Third.
My first guest, coming all the way from Texas. And then we got
It's great
Alpha
to be back.
York. Yeah,
York.
Alpha York. What do you got? York. Introduce yourself. How do you
York.
say your gamer tag? What team are you on, etc.
Alpha Urok, and then I'm on Pressure.
Cool. What's your record right now on Pressure? Like, aren't you guys undefeated?
I believe we are 7-0.
Nice. And then we got Rhea all the way down here, my Warframe buddy. Do you want to say hi,
What's
Rhea?
up? First time on the show. Rhea, I've been traded a couple times. Now on the team ice and looking to see where things go.
Yo, you got that game-winning attitude, man. All right, so we have Thursday's Thoughts, episode 12. Tonight we have it coming to you guys at 10 p.m. But from now on, our episode time slot is going to be 5 p.m. Still Thursdays, because it's still Thursday, and it's still Thursday's Thoughts. It's not my thoughts, it's Thursday's Thoughts. Shane, what do you...
Hi.
That three-way trade, you want to talk about it a little bit? It was pretty awesome in regards to, if you ask me, it really put life back into your season 3 record to come. Like we're ready. You're ready.
I think it's a little early to say that it's gonna like improve my record. We obviously still a long way to go, and last season being 9-1 and still getting first rounded. Well, technically first rounded. It's gonna be interesting. I'm going in this with a more, I guess, cautious mindset. But the trade, the first trade was really in the works, I guess, since like week 2 or so. Just there were some unhappy parties on my team, and I had to really just bring life back into the roster. I hated to see Chris Knight go, but ultimately he just wasn't happy here, and I don't want to create a bad environment for players. But on the other end of the deal, we did trade Liquid, and we're glad to see him go. I think those were two very different mindsets of players, but in the end, they both had to lead the team. And we got
two
Bongo
players that
Boy
you
and
traded
first
away.
round pick.
So it was Liquid and who?
Chris Knight.
You traded away Kristen Knight and Liquid.
Yes.
Where are they now?
They are on David's team, and we got Bongo Boy and his
There's
first
two
round pick
Davids.
for them. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Talking about
Kimchi
Jesus
Crew.
Company or David Park? Huh? Kimchi Crew?
Kimchi
Wow.
Crew. Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Kimchi Crew.
We had tried to send Liquid there earlier, but just couldn't get a deal done, and we decided to revisit, and we obviously got a deal done. The second one for Brandon was probably one of the trades that it was one of those things where it's like, no one would part ways with Brandon. Like he's arguably one of the best players in the league.
He's got a good attitude too.
Yeah, I love Brandon. He's awesome. He's a great attitude to bring into the team. He's got like that leader mentality, and he's just willing to help out. Taylor and Alpha both. Taylor just lugged out. Well,
Nice.
but we're gonna discuss this on Friday's feelings, and you hate to see it.
Man,
After that short commercial break, brought to you by Axe Body Spray, living it up, masculinity. What were you saying?
I was talking about how I'm just glad to bring Brandon in with just that leadership mentality and a very mature mindset, and he's just really willing to help out and sending a first and a second. Was it a first? Yeah, it was my first and my second round pick. I'd say that was a steal, especially since the Audacity trade, the final trade, really made up for that, sending him to ICE for Astro Oceans and the number 1 overall pick, tentatively tentatively, that is, for some reason, what the pick is right now. That could always change, as we all know. But
I mean, I really like
I'd say,
what you did. But go on.
yeah, I'm happy with it. I'd say it was a
From a Lord's
whirlwind
perspective, solely. But go on.
Oh yeah, I just like to put out a shout out to everyone who said I was impulsive, but I guess I won this time.
It's Thursday's thoughts, not Saturday's shots. But go on.
But no, I'm glad with the way it is, and I'm excited for the rest of the season. We'll see how we can go, how far we can go.
What's the next
Definitely.
show? Monday's Moans?
Monday's
No,
Moans.
Saturday
Do you want to do
Shenanigans.
that
Come
one?
on.
Sunday's Shenanigans.
Right
And
after the Sunday showdown.
Wednesday's Wine. Yeah. Raya, you were involved in that trade. So you came from RGB and you said you ended up on Ice.
Ice.
Yeah. What do you have any personal opinions, sparing us any like painful details? Because you were involved in a three-way trade. Things happen. But as I said to you before, I like to compare this to NFL times. Sometimes you just can't take it personally. But how do you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I felt a little betrayed. Throughout the whole being tossed to one team without even having a word spoken to me, and then being tossed to a team right after that. No minute later. I wasn't too happy about it. I was pretty upset. I wish I had more information on like being notified about it. I don't hate the team. I don't have any bad feelings or bad anything towards them. Like they're still fam. Like I play with a lot of them. I still respect the guys. I just
Yeah,
wish
because
that
I got you in the party soon afterwards with Fluffy, correct? And then we were basically all playing the games together, etc. And I remember you were asking a few questions about the trade, and he told you honestly that he just didn't even know about it. So ultimately, it seemed like it was a trade that was done, especially hearing from the other side of it with Chip over here, Shane. It sounds like it was just kind of something like that happened at the top. You know what I mean? Some people
Between
were
captains
informed,
only.
some people weren't. Yeah. Honestly, what happened, if you ask me, is it was the trade deadline was coming up, and there were so many moving parts that people were trying to get to fit together that it just kind of happened how it happened.
But again,
it
there's
was
still
pretty
no
wild.
excuse for not letting your players know. Like all of my players knew that they were getting traded prior to. So
Yeah, but I
do
mean,
feel
ultimately,
you
the
there.
Lords is the one that came out on top of this whole entire.
Well, no, that's not what it's about. It's just like it's how do I put this? It's like almost the manners. It comes with a job. So if you're going to be in this position where you control where these players are playing, the least you can do is let them know that, hey, man, it's not like I sent Chris and I a message. I said, hey, it's not working out. You're obviously not happy. I'm going to send you somewhere. Where do you want to go? And I don't think it should always be like that, but it's you should at least let someone know, hey, you are on trade block, so you don't just wake up one day and just be like, oh shit, I'm on a new team. But that's part of the business, I guess. Like we were saying earlier.
I definitely like this side, like this perspective, especially from both of you. I think with this being the subject and what have you, that KDG entirely can grow from this, honestly. And I'm almost positive RGB will, because we all know Pan is pretty dope. But ultimately, I think this will affect season 4 and so on. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because then we're going to look back at this whenever there is any three-way, four-way trades, and we're going to say, well, ultimately, we got to make sure everyone's included, just so that we continue to retain the core elements that Collegiate itself holds of, I guess, community. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, moving on, though, Alpha.
Yeah.
How is it on pressure right now? How are you feeling? You know, you said we established you guys got your undefeated strike going on. Uh, how's it going right now? You know.
I mean, it's going pretty well.
Mhm.
Everybody on the team seems pretty happy. We've got Comp and Peanut sitting up top. The rest of us kind of rotate in and out, and I think that's pretty nice. And then our captain, like he likes to play every once in a while, but he knows, like, hey, I'm the weakest link, so I'm gonna go ahead and sit out and let you guys go. So like, I don't know, it's pretty nice having a captain that won't like put our record or put a possible chance for a loss on the table by throwing himself in. He knows, hey, I know I'm not that good. I'm gonna keep myself out. I just want to learn from you guys. To be honest, that's why a lot of us signed with him, is because he's like, hey, I want to be a captain, but I'm not going to be calling all the shots. I want you guys to help me. I want you guys to help me grow, help me learn. So I mean, that's it was pretty dope. So it was really nice joining a team like that, and then the fact that we've got the record we've got just is icing on the cake.
What position do you generally play? In general.
I mean, on the team,
More as a supportive role. More of like
more of a
how do you?
sportive.
Yeah. How
Competent
does
is
it
the
play out on the
aggressive
court?
player. He's the one who usually, who try and send Competent forward because he can hit some shots. And then Peanut's the, super well-rounded. So he can hit assists, hit shots. He's really good in defense. So whoever we've got in as third is usually trying to play more of a supportive. And then even when it's like me and Nick and Spaghetti, or me, Spaghetti, and Peanut, I try and play more supportive, because Spaghetti's also aggressive, and he likes to go for like flip resets and double taps. So when you've got somebody like him on the field, just again try and hit the ball up in the air, or try and get it to roll up the wall so he can take it. I'd say mostly supportive on this roster.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. How many games have you played in your 7th streak of pressures with W's?
I want to say at least 4. So at the start of the season, I was working a pretty shitty schedule. I was working Monday through Friday nights. So in the schedule during the week, I was not able to play.
Time zone are you?
What's up, Ray? Arizona, so I'm Mountain, whatever. Pacific, whatever the heck. Yeah. So I mean, I'm 3 hours behind. So even when they schedule a late game, I'm still at work. So I was working until 11 p.m. my time, which is, I believe, like 1 a.m. Eastern. And ain't nobody staying up that late to play a game.
I will.
So I know I did not play the first game against Collision Course because that was on a weekday. But I have played in every game that has been on the weekend. I know I played in the RGB game. I played against FF I played against Collision Course the second time we played. And then
do you get rotated in and out, or do you just stay in the game the whole time when you play?
So the RGB game I stayed in the entire time. The FF game I stayed in the entire time. Ice, I believe I stayed in the entire time, but against Dickie's team, me and Spaghetti rotated. And then I can't remember the other team we played, but I know I rotated in that game with Spaghetti as well. Normally me and Spaghetti kind of bounce in and out each game.
So, me personally, I really like Pressure. How do you feel about Vivid being a captain? Like, how do you feel about him as a captain?
Pretty good dude. There's been a couple hiccups where it's kind of hard to get a hold of him. I know he's I don't know if he's still working, but I know he was working 2 jobs, so got a little rough trying to contact him, because I mean, anybody who's working, they're tired, they're busy, and then when you have to work a second job, I mean that doubles the effect.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately,
that's
awesome
there.
though, because we had the opposite side of that with captains from season 2 of the captain of Valaris. He didn't work as much, worked significantly less hours, and ended up, he didn't even want to be available. Whereas, Vivid makes himself available while working 2 jobs. I'm a big fan. But what else were you saying? I apologize.
He also tries to set up the schedule so that most of the team can play. And then, there's been a couple times where he's like, hey, I'm going to be at work. but they want to play at this time. What do you guys think? And so he's not one of those guys that's like, no, we're only going to play at a time when I'm there. So, it's really cool that he's like, hey, I'm going to be at work, so you guys got this. And he might
So
hop
he'll
on a
like
phone call.
sacrifice making the appearance just for the majority of the
Yeah.
team, like make a more efficient time for the
Yep.
game.
He tries
Yeah.
to find a
Is
time
he on the same
where we
time
have
zone
the
as you,
most
or
availability.
do you know? Yeah.
I believe he's Central.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's
So
1
that's
or
a
2
third
hours
time.
behind Eastern.
He's, I believe, 1 hour behind Eastern.
Big goof. Big goof. No, but that's awesome. Do you know about his twos tournament that he's trying to set up?
Yeah, he was talking about it a little bit the other day. He was just wanting to get more people involved playing with each other in sort of a competitive style outside of the normal league matches. And, because it's like, I'm always playing with the people on my team, the league matches and all that, and then whenever I can, I try and play like casuals to ranked with other people. He kind of wants to make the tournament something where it's like, you just play with random people. Like, you don't play with people that you normally play with on your team. So that way you get a little more competitive. But
Yeah.
And you get to mix it up and have a better experience with other players.
Yeah,
So
Shane
he
and Ray,
wanted
I
to
don't know if you
just
guys knew
learn.
this, but Vivid's trying to set up twos tournament, a tournament for twos, and it's supposed. He's still going through the hard details, but so far it's looking like it's either going to be Fridays or Saturdays. Maybe it'll evolve into threes. Depends how the community like responds to it. And as Alpha was just saying, it's supposed to be like more of a friendly competition. Ultimately, if you have a friend that's on another team, you can end up playing with them, or really just like mix it up, find a rando, etc. amongst the league. It's for people to pair up with whoever they want. Ultimately, anyone can play it competitively, even if they're just solely in one of the Cleage discords. Potentially, they're just in HQ and they're a fan, or in the Rocket League, what have you. Although you're only in Rocket League if you're a Rocket League. But I guess if you're a prospect, that's also an option. So it lets you be involved in the Rocket League community without being officially on a team. That's what it looks like it's about to be. Ultimately, Vivid said just to hit them up in the DMs, whether you're in the Rocket League Discord, the CleGHQ Discord, or the Smite Discord. I'm almost positive Vivid's in all of them. He says he likes to talk in each of the channels of each of the Discords that he can. His Discord thing is Vivid Bunny 420. So yeah, he said DM him. Yeah, they're working on developing it. He said he wants to eventually have a prize as well, potentially Cleety Coin, but we don't know yet. He just has to work out the kinks. But he said DM him. I really think it's gonna be a great thing, especially
Sounds
with
fun.
him. Yeah,
Does.
honestly, yeah. I appreciate you, Shane. So have any of you guys talked to RG? I know. I guess it'd be only Shane, the one that talked to RG. Shane, have you talked to RG, or you already got your logo set up?
For now, I've already got my logo set up. I've been dealing with some things, some
Yeah.
life things, so
No, of course.
hopefully
You got
that'll
some really
settle
solid
down.
logos, especially for a franchise already. Ultimately, I don't know if everyone knows this, but RG, some people have been talking to him about logo designs. He does the more business style, so it's more professional. I appreciate it. Ultimately, he wants to set up a form of compensation, but that people can approach him and have him work with them on their own design for a logo. So he said he's had a lot of people hit him up lately. That he just appreciates if everyone is patient and works with him. Ultimately, we're gonna have it set up for him that he gets a form of compensation. It's to be continued. But RG's the guy. So, Rhea, you've been talking to Christ about, or you've been talking to who was a Willix Christ player. You've been talking to them about a Warframe bot, correct? Since you play Warframe and we've been going
Yes.
through all the bots on the Discords. What would that Warframe bot do?
So intentionally what the Warframe bot will do is it
I'm
allows
sorry, could
you.
you give me 1 second? For anyone who isn't familiar, Warframe is a free-to-play game. Uh, the CleG crew, we've played it before. We're really excited to play it. And as I was saying earlier, me and Ray, we buddy up on it a lot recently. And the Discords, we've been updating them, any new things such as Pokecode, etc., and new bots. But I apologize, what you were saying?
Okay. No, you're good. The Warframe bot, essentially, like, if you don't want to actually go, like, on a website and search it up,
Mm,
what this bot does, so, like, say if you're typing in chat and you want to, like, look something up real quick and you're already on Discord compared to being on the internet,
yeah.
this bot, you can search up price for the items that are made in game.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been having to use Nexus for that, and I had like a link set up for that I just recently deleted. So I can look up on the Discord how much the specific item is plat-wise.
Yeah, it'll give you an option to say, like, price check a certain item,
Mhm.
and what it'll do
So
is
for
it'll
anyone
search
not
up that
familiar,
item,
go on.
and
I'm
it'll,
sorry.
like, search up that item for you,
Mhm.
and it'll give you the price, the entire item list of each part, individually,
Mhm.
and how much it would cost, at the same time as it being a full set.
That's so awesome. I like that. I've been having to use Nexus for that. What I was gonna say is, for anyone not familiar, Warframe has an intricate trading system, and chat system. You just meet up with someone at a specific, I guess, node inside your clan dojo or their clan dojo, and you can set up a trade and trade for plat, which is in-game currency that you can buy with, real people money. There's credits, which is the
Warframe
in-game monies,
Craigslist.
and then yeah, Warframe
Dope.
Craigslist. So it works out pretty cool. People farm the hell out of it. But yeah, that's really cool that you're doing that, right? Does it help with the builds, or is it just for the mods prices?
I believe it's mod prices. There's also the option, you can have it set up so where, if you're looking for, like, alerts with Nightan extract,
Ooh,
it'll pop up in a chat
I
and
thought that was
it'll
just
pop
on
up with,
Nightwave now.
I'm not sure, but I know because the bot is called Genesis, and it
Mhm,
works entirely with Warframe. I believe it
mhm.
can work for other things, but I know for the most part, Warframe is, the top that I've used it for.
That's
And
super
I'm
cool.
like, I have to like double check back on it and invite you to the server that I'm on that has it. Sadly, I don't know if they have it still working because I tried it the other day and it wasn't doing anything. But I'll have to double
Yeah,
check.
definitely invite me to that. I love Warframe. I got Fluffy on Warframe. I got Fluffy to download Warframe. I haven't got him on Warframe. Funny story about that.
Speaking of, Brian joined me in Warframe earlier.
Brian Gilson,
Oh yeah,
my guy Brian Gilson. I love it. Yeah, Warframe's pretty cool. Warframe's a free-to-play game. You have the option to spend real people money to get the plat, to, I guess, progress. You can pay to play if you want, but it's super easy to progress in-game without spending any money. And me and my guy Ray, I'm sure I myself am available to help people out, teach them. Just DM me in the Discord. But it's cool.
yep.
You're space ninjas, and you get to customize each weapon with in-game little stat changers, etc. Really cool. Each warframe each suit has 4 abilities. You get to do crazy things like shoot lightning or pull a sword out of your arm. But yeah, I like it. Um, so I totally forgot to mention this. I wanted to actually start with this, but I've been looking in the discords, and I know Shane over here was talking about this too. People have been confused for certain chats, channels, etc. Ray,
Don't
you got a
even
dog
get
in your
me
background. Just
started.
saying. Yeah, people have been confused with not being able to use the self roll in the discords. The new self rolls, as I said, we've been changing the discords, adding bots and stuff, and self rolls a new function where you have to go in and respond to a certain thing to be included in a channel, such as shit talking on the Rocket League channel, which is a good example. But beyond that, people have been adding extra emojis, which is making the process extra complicated on our end. But
Yeah,
Shane,
definitely confused
you were
me.
yeah. If it's not an emoji that's up there, don't bother responding to it. You just gotta
I
respond to
reacted
emojis
to
that
it
are up
just
there.
because I didn't want to be missing anything.
No lie, that's what
Oh
I
yeah.
did. But Shane, you
Like, I don't
already
know what the penguin
seen
is,
how
but
it works.
Oh, dude, the penguins everywhere, but nowhere at the
Yo,
same
I'm
time.
sorry. I've been listening to the stream. Yeah, so our mics are crackling. They're like cracking. It's
Our mics are
I
cracking
don't know.
on the
Yeah.
audio.
Granted, yeah, on the audio. But anyway, um, we were talking about self rolls. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, the self rolls. My heart's broken. Our audio not coming through. Nah, self rolls. You said you've been helping some people out with that. You got any advice on it? Can you explain it? I know I just explained it,
Pay
but I want to hear it
attention.
from you. Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. I haven't really been helping people out on it. I've just been sort of like, going to self rolls because it's getting annoying. People just posting random shit and channels that I was supposed to have muted.
Oh yeah, don't get me started. I used to
But
have
yeah,
manually
no,
mute
it's
channels.
it's fun.
But yeah. Um.
No, I don't blame you on muting them. I have
Oh
most
yeah.
of them muted, only available through doing the mentions. That's the only way I get notifications from chats.
I actually include myself in every channel now, and the only one I muted is before I had before we had self rules. I had a few channels muted. Now I just have the Jeopardy channel muted. I didn't like the Jeopardy channel. I don't like Jeopardy. I'm not that smart, but I'm not
Yeah,
smart at all
neither was I.
actually. Yeah. Well, we got the Jeopardy channel. We got Pokecord. We got the role playing game bot, and then hopefully we add the Warframe bot. And then I know Chrysler is talking about updating the introduction message that you get from the bot, explaining to people that you have to go sign into, go to the Stuff Roll channel and subscribe to specific channels to be included in them. Um, Ideally, that's how it's going to work out. And then, of course, there's going to be a revamp of certain positions and everything of where things are on Discord. We have 4 Discords because we have the GHQ Discord, the CGSL and CGRL, which is Smite League and Rocket League, and then there's the ARC Discord. I can't remember the name. Shane, do you remember the name of the ARC server?
I think it was like Mozart.
Mozart.
Yeah, yeah. So we got the ARC server. I heard there was new ARC players as well as of today. That's awesome. For anybody interested in invites to said discords, I have the 3 of them. I'm not on the ARC Discord, but hit me up personally, Danger Ranger. I'll invite anybody in any discords, and then obviously my guy Shane. He's got the Smite one, right? Alpha, are you on ARC?
yeah,
You are.
only on Rocket League.
Oh, true, true,
Yeah,
true,
I
true.
remember Panda joining up on Arc.
Mhm.
I know Panda's an
Did you
Arc.
play ARC,
I'm
Rhea?
in Arc. Yeah,
What
I
tribe are
still
you in?
do. I was in the very starting tribe with the admin.
Oh, true. All right. How's the experience so far? I didn't play it. I've only seen from Chrysler's house. I haven't played ARC. How's the experience playing it so
I
far, especially
haven't
with Clean Sheet?
been on it in a bit, but the experience, like it's fun being able to adventure out in such a giant world, and then like
Mm-hmm.
pray to God you don't get eaten by a T-Rex. But I mean, worst comes to worst, like you restart, you lose stuff, but all in all, like I haven't played with many of the other players in the league that have played it, so I would definitely love to do that. In total, it's just a fun game to enjoy. It's relaxing. I mean, it does get boring at some time, like every now and then. If you just play it too often, it gets boring. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just fun to have fun with others.
Yeah, ARC's awesome. I enjoy it. But that's gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everybody. Ultimately, do we have any closing comments from Rhea, Shane, Alpha about anything that we went over today?
Uh, other than
All right.
RGB, watch your backs.
Oof.
I'm not gonna hold back in our next
Amen.
game.
That's funny.
I like it. I like
I
it.
love you guys.
Yeah, I just beat him already, so now you got to beat him again.
Oh yeah,
Shane, were you gonna say
I'm ready
anything?
for it.
Nah. We've said all we want to say.
Dope. All right. That's Thursday's Thoughts episode 12. As I said, brought to you by Axe. Yeah. That was Alpha, Chip the Pleb, Shane the Lords, and then my guy Rhea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hit up me and Rhea if you guys want any